Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready to rock and roll. Here's Jonathan Garibay.
And we are underway from Santa Clara.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Here's Peyton up the middle.
And he's got some space here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one good for 33 and a first. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. 30 yards.
And the Bears need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm just learning how to spell analytics, and I need to get that down because it's going to be a huge part of the NFL game going forward. I think that was the call there, trying to go for 2 after that touchdown.
Yeah, opening drive, you not only do you get the 6, but fully seize momentum with the 8, and unfortunately they couldn't do it.
I think they were trying to gain that huge advantage, not just on the scoreboard, but mentally. I just wonder if that backfires a little when they stop you.
They'll come out throwing here on first down, and that'll be incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Fields now to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan.
Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there. 30 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Fields trying to throw for it.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So their second touchdown of this first half, they went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think, if they missed it here, only up 12-0, 1 extra point on the other side could ultimately beat you if they score twice.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They begin with a run by Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Inside handoff, Smith. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigated the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, though, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or 2.
On the draw, here's Peyton. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. Now Fields out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Jordan. On the move past the 40. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown Bears. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears take a 3-touchdown lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away.
Webster now to return.
A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow it.
Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they were right on target there with a fade to get the 2.
It seems like a low percentage play, doesn't it? Because you're throwing it into a tough spot and there's not much room to come down. But when you have a really athletic receiver and a quarterback with touch, it's hard to defend.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know
nowhere to go here, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Back to throw. Fields
escaping and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Flushed, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Justin Fields.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here. And
apologies to Coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. 3rd quarter action ready to go.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Back to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
Finding Tolbert here over the middle. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll try the right side here with Peyton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
132 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On 1st down, Trubisky looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jordan. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Deontay Foreman,
A 6-yard touchdown run.
and the Bears extend their lead yet again.
And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They go play action here on 1st down.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there. 42 yards.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Santos with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
CeeDee Lamb is intended target.
And it's 2nd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
third down. He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some room to maneuver. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there, 77 yards. And the Bears continue to pour it on here in the fourth. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Now a handoff inside. It's Peyton. And some space here. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. 48 yards. And the Bears take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll run for it here with Smith. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll try and run for it with Peyton. Room here to run. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now Trubisky will lead the Bears up to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now he's forced out left. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and depth.
Oh, the Bears break through, and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the point after try for Santos. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the very rare blocked punt, scooped and returned for a touchdown. What an exciting play. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On third down, Smith. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears.